one of the latest additions to our garden here in Norfolk this year has been the addition of this 24 by 14 foot polytunnel. It was provided by a internet-based sales company called Premier Polytunnels. I can't exactly remember why I selected them from the choice available online, but let's take you inside and show you what we're doing with this polytunnel this year. From the other end, as you can see, we got the option for the wide double doors. We went for opening doors as opposed to sliding doors. Just seemed a little more robust and easier. Didn't want a mechanism that was going to ground. I'm glad I did as well, because you can see this polytunnel is not exactly on a flat surface. We've got a slight slope from the left to right. I've not had a polytunnel before, so this is a new experiment for me. Learning as I go along, and if you do spot anything I'm doing wrong, let us know in comments. It's been great for germinating seeds. We've got an old table that was sitting in the builder's yard for the last 12 months. Not in the best of condition, as you can see, but don't have to worry about it either. Ideal little potting bench here, and an area for just growing some seeds on. We've got dwarf French beans, loads of tomatoes, different varieties of squash. Got some very late sowing of aubergines. I know I've missed the boat along with some of the tomato plants and peppers that I'm growing on, but what we've done a lot of this year is, rather than buying a named variety from a seed company, I've tended to pick seeds out of my favourite tomatoes and nice peppers that we've had. So we've grown a lot of varieties that we wouldn't necessarily have alongside some of the named varieties. Some Bresson Rouge lettuce and some little gems just coming on in there. And then these tomato seedlings really have been taken from this one's called San Marzano, which was a variety we found, I think, in Waitrose, which was an absolutely fantastic tomato. We do a lot of that by just collecting some of the seeds and potting them up into some compost. And obviously we don't know exactly what we're going to get with a lot of these, but I didn't want to grow the same variety of tomato over and over again and have a glut of a single type. So we've got beefsteak tomatoes, little golden yellow tomatoes, a lot of varieties of plum tomatoes that have been grown from seed from different varieties. This polytunnel was only built the first week in May, and since then I've been aiming to try and plant at least 3 tomatoes per day. We're using a stake method, because I found with this, with only the 3 cot bars along the top, as you can see, I can't really support too much in the crop bar supports with strings. So we've purchased a lot of new canes, and we are driving those into the ground. Now, to say this polytunnel's only been here since beginning of May, we took the opportunity while the... oh, hello. You shouldn't be in here, cheeky chicken. We've taken the opportunity of having a large 8-ton digger on, which was putting in that last row of solar panels, to dig the trench out, which I marked out for them. And we've got a supported system on base plates, which are sunk into the ground in the trench. And then the polythene that forms the polytunnel skin, again, is sunken into the ground and weighted down with soil all around. It's been quite an easy construction. The only bit that I messed up on when it came to do the construction was in the positioning of the polytunnel foil or polythene around this narrower of the 2 doors. You have to get it exactly right to pull it flat from the sides, and I had to reposition the polythene over all of that area, which was a right job, undigging it out and moving it along to get the width that I needed to wrap these flat areas around the side and get those into space. But what are we growing in here? Well, we've got the lemon trees that came out of the barn earlier in the season. It now is the time of year where we're frost free and these could be moved out, but they are growing so well in this area. I'm not ready to plant it up with tomatoes yet. So we've got 4 lemon trees in here, some geraniums that have just been overspilled, which I'm growing on, a little bit of basil, which was just rooting in from cuttings in water, and that's growing really nicely. I've also got a full tray of basil seedlings, which I've never been able to grow before and get to germinate. Just look at that. I'm going to have a lovely crop of basil out of this old vegetable tray. And then we're potting on tomatoes and growing things on. We've got quite a few squashes again that have grown from seed. I've got some Monge 2 or Sugar Snap peas, can't remember the variety there, just says Sugar Snap peas. They're ready to be planted out now. Really do need to get those out. I'm just putting some supports in the garden to grow them on. Some butternut squash plants, and the tomatoes we're growing to about 6 to 8 inches and then planting them out, but we've still got little trays of seedlings that I haven't got around. These really do need pricking out and potting on. This is a beefsteak tomato. It says second sowing. I've got a third sowing of beefsteak tomato seeds that came from again an absolutely enormous lovely big variety. San Marzano again there, and this one is Roturno. Now I don't know how those are going to grow in the UK in a polytunnel. They're not named varieties from seed distribution companies, as I've mentioned, but just seeds that we've taken out of tomatoes that we've enjoyed eating. And some of them are quite leggy. Let me show you this one. I mean, this was sold to me from the side of a road as a Elsa Craig, one of two Elsa Craigs. The one behind it's supposed to be Elsa Craig, and this obviously isn't Elsa Craig. Looking at the variety, it looks more like a tumbling variety. I think I might, if I can get another one of these hanging baskets, dig that out and put a more upright variety of tomatoes in the front. We've done really nicely with these pre-planted strawberry baskets that came from a garden centre. Just look at these, absolutely covered in a beautiful red flowering strawberry that's fruiting really well. We have terrible trouble in this environment with birds, pigeons, squirrels and assorted other wildlife helping themselves to my strawberries. So one of the next things I've got on the agenda to grow or fit in this area of land is a proper fruit cage with some decent small gauge metal mesh on that the pigeons and pheasants won't eat their way through. I've got a little Gallia melon in the corner there, which I've not grown before. Complete experiment, don't know how that's going to do. Some cucumber plants from seedlings, which I'm going to grow up these strings that are supported onto the crop bars and supports of the polytunnel. I think you're probably telling me, or I'm getting comments, that I've planted these tomatoes far too close together. They're probably about 14-15 inches between the canes. I've put them in blocks of either 12 or 9 with walkways in between that allow me to get to the back rows for taking out the side shoots and getting just to weed the borders, because this whole polytunnel was just a field before. You can see what it was. The surface is not that great. We just scraped it off rather than digging it over. So when you're putting these canes in, I'm having to use a brick chisel and a hammer to get those holes right the way through the subsoil. And then we've just coated it in around 6 inches of spent mushroom compost. And complete experiment, not a great soil, but with enough feed and plenty of water. And the other beauty of this position is I've got a hose pipe attached just to the side of this polytunnel that we can bring into here. I'm watering morning and night time, really enjoying coming down and having that as part of my morning routine with the puppies, who just run round this paddock while I'm busy doing both the polytunnel watering and the seed watering. So I'm pleased with my progress so far. Do let me know what I could be growing in here. You can see I've got some dwarf French beans that I've just filled in along the front of this path, hoping they will give me an earlier crop than the outdoor ones we've got in the vegetable garden to my side. I'm going to try and grow a few more chilies and some aubergines, but as I say, we're first week in June and my aubergines are just at this stage, so whether I'm going to have a long enough growing sample or whether I've missed that boat this year, time will tell. We'll see how we manage to continue this in good growth over the year, but I'm hopefully going to get some sweet peppers along that back row, and I'm encouraged to try and get some more strawberries in baskets, because we're not having a problem with birds coming in here yet and eating them, but may well have to put some netting up to help us out with that later in the season. So we're just gradually starting to plant this side next. That's my next project as those tomatoes get to a decent size to be planted out, and we'll see how productive this little plot manages to be. I've not had a greenhouse or polytunnel now for around 12 years, so learning as I go along with planting this up, and I'm really quite enthusiastic about getting my first homegrown tomatoes for over 10 years. Do let us know what else you'd suggest and how I should be planting this up. Thanks for watching.